Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new backdrop. I am seriously not over this still. If you missed this makeover, I need you to go back and watch it from last week because I feel like this is a reflection of who I am and I'm so proud of it. This week we are jumping into DIYs to kind of celebrate the end of summer. I feel like lately I've been seeing a lot of Ogtober stuff. Is that how you say it? Ogtober, like literally August and October. But to me, August is summer. Like the summer months are June, July, and August. So I am not here for that at all. So instead this week, I'm going to celebrate the end of summer by taking it back to some of the trends that we've been seeing. This year, I feel like I saw a lot of summer trends, including themes for hosting. I feel like nowadays people will find any excuse to throw a party, and I will find any excuse to DIY for said party. Whether that's making decor or making a gift for the host or the guests, I just love a good DIY to celebrate an occasion, and I also love doing it in an affordable way, and that is where Ikea comes in. Obviously from the title, that is where we're headed today. I want to find some items that are affordable and accessible, and I'm also going to try to do these projects for under $20. So let's head there and see what we can find. Oh, this is so good. So I made a London fog again today in my new favorite to-go cup. And this bamboo straw is actually from Ikea because I somehow cannot find the original straw that this came with. But yeah, we've made it to Ikea. I know I said I'm not doing any fall content yet, but I am going to take a peek at all of their fall decor and maybe get some items. But I will not be displaying it until after fall actually happens. So let's see what we can find. The parking lot doesn't look too busy, so I'm hoping it's not too crowded inside and I can shop in peace. We are jumping right on into the project. So I was really inspired by this piece that I saw on Pinterest. I love the organic shape of it. I really love the color, and I think it's a great piece to transition from summer to fall, especially since there are so many great trendy pieces from summer that were very organic and blobby, and this falls right on into it. So I found the original listing for it, and you guys, it is $650, and when you look at the size of it, it's only like 12 inches, so it is a lot for a little mirror. But for that price point, you are getting a handmade piece with a plastering technique from Morocco, which is very unique. So if you guys want to check it out, I will link it down below. You guys already know, as soon as I see a piece, I always think about how I can DIY it. So I did pick up these mirrors from Ikea. It was only $12 for all 4 of them. This is what it looks like, and there you guys are. This is about 8 inches, and what's unique about this is that it has a sort of like grayish brown film over top, so I think that makes it look more expensive. I'll try to get a better shot of it, but it's almost like a smoky mirror effect, which I really like. I think that's really unique, and I think it could look really cool with this blob frame around it. So this is gonna be our base, and I'm gonna try a new technique with a different air dry clay than I usually use. I'm hoping that it comes out well. If you guys have been following me for a while, then you know that sometimes air dry clay projects crack. So I am really hoping that this doesn't happen for this project. I have my template. It fits over the mirror perfectly, and I know that the clay is gonna shrink, so make sure that you leave enough room to cover the whole entire thing. This is the air dry clay that I'm using. It's a little bit different from the one that I usually use. I feel like this is kind of more like foamy for whatever reason, so I think it's gonna work better for this type of project. And lastly, we have my aluminum foil, which I'm going to use to build it up before I actually add on the clay, because as you can see, I don't have that much clay and I don't want to waste that much clay, so we're gonna build a structure. This is called armature, and it's basically going to reinforce the inside so that we have a base to build on top of. How cool does this look? Like, I feel like this could actually look pretty amazing just left like this. And I don't want to speak too soon, but right now I'm really loving this method. Look at how much clay I would have had to use if I just went in straight with clay. Like, you definitely would need a lot of clay, and this would also take so long to dry. I'm gonna go ahead and roll out the clay, basically place it on top, and then we're gonna let it dry. After this whole thing is done, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be as big as the original, since the clay adds a couple more inches all around, so it'll basically be 12 inches. And like I mentioned, this clay is a little bit more slippery. It almost has like a foamy feel to it. At least that's what it feels like to me compared to using other air dry clay. And as I'm working on it, I'm trying to smooth it out as best as I can using a little bit of slip and also a damp sponge. I was having a lot of fun with this project. I've been a little bit stressed out lately, and clay projects always help me get my mind off of things. Working with my hands is one of my favorite things to do, and I will definitely be sharing some exciting updates happening soon, so stay tuned because things are gonna get a little bit more hectic around here. Taking a quick break here because I want to share with you guys some of the other projects that I've been working on outside of DIYs. So usually if I'm not working on a project for myself, I'm helping my friends and family on whatever creative endeavor they need help with. One of my friends actually just asked me to design their next tattoo, which is honestly kind of nerve-wracking because it's going to be on their body permanently. So I need to get started on that and make it perfect. I've also been working on a website for one of my relatives. I love doing this kind of stuff, but I'm not like the best at technical aspects of building out a website. So I turned to GoDaddy to simplify things, and they are so kindly sponsoring today's video. You probably already know GoDaddy as the world's largest domain registrar. They're a leading provider of online tools and services for entrepreneurs and small businesses. And now with GoDaddy Arrow, you can create a beautiful website or a stunning logo, all with just a few prompts. So if you didn't know, my family actually has owned a nail salon since before I was even born. I worked at my parents' nail salon all throughout summer and college for many, many years, and I was also their marketing person. So I set up their website, I did all their social media, and now one of my relatives is opening their own salon. So I've been tasked with doing all of the marketing stuff, all of the website and branding. It is definitely a lot, but with Arrow, I was able to come up with a beautiful logo. I was going for very like Zen vibes, so that's what I typed up in the prompt. What I like about it is that it gives you a couple of options to choose from as a starting point. And from there, you can customize it with the fonts and the branding colors that really suit your business. All the templates are really modern, very sleek, and it's also very simple to use, very user-friendly, very beginner-friendly. I'm still working on it, but this is a really good base to show my aunt visually what the website's gonna look like. And then from there, we can plug in all the photos and really make the new vibe of their business stand out. So I'm really, really excited to show them. So if you need help with a domain name, a website, with your digital marketing, emails, hosting, or security, GoDaddy has all the tools you need to make your idea come to life online. And if you guys want to check them out, I will have all the details down below so that you can get started. It's been a couple of days and I just sanded this down, and I think this might be the smoothest I've ever had an air dry clay project go. The aluminum has made this super sturdy. Usually I run into cracks and breaks and splits, but this is pretty much perfect. So yeah, this is my new favorite technique, and if you haven't tried aluminum foil under air dry clay before, definitely do so because this is honestly amazing. It is time for paint, so I'm gonna pick out a couple of colors that I can mix together to get something similar to the original inspo. So it was like a deep reddish color with some brown undertones. So I'm just gonna mix something up and then we'll coat the whole entire thing. So to hang this up, you could put a sawtooth picture hanger right here onto the foil and just screw that in. Or you could also use an adhesive plate hanger on the mirror, which is what I'm gonna do. These are the ones that I use. They are really sturdy. It basically works like a stamp. So you wet the back, wait until it gets tacky, and then you could just put it onto whatever surface you're working on. So I mentioned earlier how end of summer parties are in full swing right now, which I am totally here for, and it's inspired me to DIY some personalized items. I love a good party theme, and I've been seeing so many really cute ones on Instagram and TikTok. And a cute theme means cute DIYs. One of my friends is actually throwing a tomato girl summer party, which I feel like was really trendy this year. I'm the type of person that always asks the host if they need anything or if I can DIY something for the party. So that is what we're doing for this next project. So I picked up these napkins at Ikea. They came in a 4-pack, and these were only $2, which is such a good price. That means they're only 50 cents each. And I also grabbed this pack, which was 4 for $5. I actually went online and looked it up, and these are actually dish towels, but you could totally use them as napkins or placemats as well. I like this pack because it came in a bunch of different patterns, and I thought it'd be cute on a tablescape having mismatched napkins. So these were $5 and these were $2. And looking at the Anthropologie website, they sell a pack of 4 napkins for $48. So this DIY version is going to be a lot less than that. And not only are these cute and functional, but you could also give them away as party favors for guests, which I think that's what we're gonna do with these. So I wanna show you 2 different methods on how you can personalize these and how easy it could be. So as I was drawing out the design, I realized that the marker that I'm using is actually an invisible ink marker because it was fading super fast. What I meant to use was my water soluble marker, so that will wash right off with water, so I would definitely recommend that. The fabric markers that I'm using are new to me, so this is the first time I was using them, and they worked so well. I really liked using these as opposed to a brush because it gives you more control. So I will link these down below if you guys want to check them out along with everything else I use for my projects. These came out super cute. I am not done yet though. I need to add one more detail to them. Tell me if I'm being delusional though, because I just had an idea that if you gave this to your guests, and these would actually have to be a little bit bigger, but imagine you personalize them and then you gave it to people so that they could wear as a bandana. Like, how cute would that be? I'm gonna keep that in mind for my next party. Let me know if you guys think that's weird if you were to use this as a napkin at the party and then wear it after the fact. Speaking of wearing things, I wanted to show you guys the dress that I'm gonna wear for the party because I thought it was so fitting. It even has some little tomatoes right here on the shoulder. I love this print. Can you see the whole thing? It's basically like a summer picnic. There's grapes, wine, bread, oysters, sardines. Like, this is the cutest little dress ever. Before we move on with the next step, I wanted to try out a different method on personalizing napkins like this. So the other week I showed you guys my big basket of embroidery thread, and a couple of people were like, Tina, do you sew? Like, you never show us sewing projects. And unless you count that one time I made a Hello Kitty pillow in home ec class in middle school, then no, I do not sew. I don't know how to sew. I really want to learn within the next 5 years, but these are actually for my embroidery machine, which I have not showed on YouTube yet. So we're gonna do a project with it. We're gonna stay on theme and use red and green. And I basically went onto Etsy to get a file so that I could use it on my machine. Oh my gosh, how do people keep this organized? So this is my embroidery machine. I was very lucky to work with Brother on a collab this year, so I got to learn how to use this. And not gonna lie, it's been a while, so I'm a little bit rusty, but the machine literally tells you how to load everything. Like, there are instructions all around the machine so that you know exactly where to loop the thread. I have my file right here, something super simple, just red and green thread with the same tomato pattern. Let's hope that I don't mess this up because it's been a while. We recently had our friends over at our apartment for dinner and it was so much fun. Part of the reason I love making my home feel as cozy as possible is to have other people over to enjoy our space. It was really nice to gather around our dinner table and then just relax on the couch and enjoy each other's company. Like, hosting is one of those things that fills up my cup, so whether it's a game night, a dinner, or a quick catch up, I hope you take this project as your sign to host a little get together before it gets cold out. I love how thick this border is. I'm gonna let this dry for a couple of hours and then take off the clips. And I also want to show you guys my new little desktop vacuum. I know this is like kind of extra, but also very helpful. I've actually have never used it, but there are all these little fibers left over, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to test it out. Whoa. Wow, like magic. Okay, this is actually really handy. I'm so glad that I got this. I am really happy with today's projects. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, you can totally copy these projects without going to Ikea. But I just like to use Ikea as an example so that you guys globally can get your hands on these same exact products in case you want to try out these project ideas. I am still very impressed by how this came out. Like, I feel like this almost looks exactly like the original. So I am super, super happy and super proud of this project. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe down below for new videos. We have a makeover coming up and lots more fun DIYs to try out. And if you haven't already and want to see more from me every single day, make sure to follow me over on Instagram. That's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired and I will see you in the next one. Bye.